We can
My
talk
voice
if
is-
you want to.
That is fine. You should decorate your house and we can have our talk tomorrow. I'll be
Either
around.
is fine with me.
Very well. I feel like we already had enough talks for today. Maybe we need some time to
Oh,
process
you're
it.
bored of me, are you?
No, I am most definitely not. I can assure you that if you want to have our session today, I am more than ready for you. Come on.
It's alright.
You threw down a gauntlet.
Overstayed my welcome.
No.
No, I'm going to deck. No.
Just to let you know, Miss Lucille, my patients are always my first priority, no matter what.
Your patience or your patience?
My patients, my clients, and my friends.
Is that your way of saying that you quite like being around me, Doctor?
You can interpret it however you wish.
Alright then.
So what's
Done.
it gonna be?
I don't know.
Alright then. Follow me. I'll make it quick. Apologies.
Oh, I forgot to give the lady her scarf back. Oh well, what a shame.
What a shame indeed.
It looks better on me anyway.
Looks good on you indeed. All comfortable? I hope.
Not really.
Well, we can go somewhere else if this is not something that you would feel comfortable in. There we go. Oh boy.
Do you mind if I keep my feet up?
No, 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 that is absolutely fine. Feel free to use the coffee table as a footrest. I would offer you some nice beverage, however, I am still a bit underprepared. I don't have my serving glasses. So, and since we're both from the same tribe, I guess we can both help ourselves. And since you already mentioned that you brewed a lot of coffee, then perhaps when we're done, we can go have a nice little sip of coffee from our icebox.
Yes, that's alright.
Well, Miss
So,
Lucille?
what do you do in a first session? Can we just get to know each other?
I would be thrilled. But if you don't mind, I would like to start with a compliment. You have definitely exceeded my expectations. I was hoping that this little change of scenery, this holiday as you call it, would do you some good compared to your previous accommodation. But you have adjusted to this place so well that everyone seems to adore you. They enjoy your company, they consider you to be quite friendly, charming even. It's very heartwarming to see, and you're doing a great job at making positive first impressions on people. You should be proud.
Why, thank you.
Tell me, how does it make you feel? These random encounters with ordinary people and other beings.
Which one specifically?
I would say all of them.
Or just in general?
In general.
Well,
Do you enjoy them or do you find them laborious? Maybe even necessary to be so sociable around people?
oh, I find them very exciting. I feel very much alive.
That is good.
It's like... It's like a source of energy. Almost like I never get tired. I don't know. Just want to keep going.
Interesting. So you could say it almost sustains you, keeps you energized.
Yes, but I found that I got so used to it on the first, I think it was day 3 or something. And then when it was so quiet, there was a few moments last night when I was alone. It made me quite anxious.
I see.
You know, like, I just felt very abandoned.
Indeed. So it would be fair for me to assume that at this point you almost need it. These encounters, these people around you.
I think you might be right. Oh, this is bad, isn't it?
No, it's far from bad. I would call it good, actually. And I'm glad to hear it. That is, after all, one of the reasons why I wanted you out of that institution. I had the suspicion.
I'm quite terrified of being alone again.
Well, we all are. To be human, we are meant to live in a society, in the company of others.
I don't even quite know how old I am or how long I'm going to live. I know the elves are blessed with a longer life, but I'm just half of that. It's, meeting these different races kind of made me feel like I'm only half human, but I'm also only half an elf. So I'm not really a whole person. I'm only half of both. I'm not good enough.
I understand. You feel like you don't really belong anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
At least not fully.
I suppose it worries me when they're going to realize that I'm not quite like them. They're going to disown me.
I think you find yourself in a quite fortunate situation. These lands are full of people that are in a similar position. They're far from home. They're quite distant from their previous lives. They had to readjust. They had to find a way to belong, find a new purpose. It's almost like this life is a new beginning for them. Maybe some of their stories might be inspiring to you. Tell me.
You think it's good that I talk to people?
Oh, yes, indeed. Tell me, do they also ask you about things about your life? And how much do you share with them? And what do you usually tell them?
No, I don't think so. I don't think most people care, to be honest. Which might be a good thing.
I see. Well, as I told you in my letter when I first reached out to you, I did read your file, Miss Lucille. And I found some concerning records, especially regarding your past and the effects these past events have on your current behavior in certain situations. I understand that we barely know each other, And it will take some time before we can fully trust each other, of course. But it would be of great help if you could give me at least a little summary of your past, so that I can compare it with my notes from your file.
Right.
As much as you're willing to
Well,
share.
I was kept in that dark place for quite some time. I was very lonely, wasn't allowed to leave, and I endured quite a lot of pain, to the point where I wanted to die. You know, I never realized how much pain one could endure. And eventually, I stopped
Taylor!
wanting to die. And, then I was found and put into that place where you found me. They thought that I wasn't stable enough to be on my own. I suppose they were worried about me, wanted me to recover, but I didn't, as you know. I I'm assuming that I never have to go back there again. I hope.
That is my hope too. Do you know why I decided to put my reputation on the line to get you out of that place?
Not really.
I was warned about your constant attempts to deceive people, to manipulate them and use them to achieve your goals. It's quite easy, isn't it? All you need to do is to give them your beautiful smile, boost their ego with a little insincere compliment, and before you know it, they are all wrapped around your little finger. You're very good at it, and weak-minded, egotistic people play exactly into your hands.
Not as often as I'd hope, but yes.
I have a question for you, and I want you to be honest with me. Again, I'm not here to judge you. I already told you that. By law, I am sworn to secrecy. You are my patient, and your confidentiality means everything to me, if I'm supposed to help you. And for that, I will need your trust, so breaking it wouldn't do me any favors, wouldn't it?
You're worried I'm going to lie to you.
Just tell me this. Do you feel any uncomfortable emotions when you're not telling the truth or the full story? Or when you're twisting words around so that you can get people to do what you want? Or is it pride that you feel for accomplishing your goals like that? Overcoming these obstacles thanks to your cunning conversational techniques. How does it make you feel?
You know, I've never thought about that. I suppose I'm just so in the moment that I don't really know why. Sometimes it's just the little things, you know. It gives me some excitement, I suppose.
So you're just going with the flow, enjoying the moment.
Yes.
Mm.
You know, you can make average situations seem so much more appealing just by adding a little bit of spice. And we all love spice, don't we? We don't want to be ordinary.
That is true. But some people don't. And when you add too much spice, it can ruin the meal, after all.
Ugh, I know what you mean.
The recipe for a comfortable and successful life is usually moderation of some sort. We all live on a spectrum, and we need to find a way to, well, dull the edges a bit and get as far from them as possible. But still keep ourselves close and far from the center, because the center is boring. We don't really want to be too normal, right? There is nothing
Right.
wrong with a bit of deviation. And there is a place for everyone on that spectrum.
You know, I believe I've been quite honest since I got here. I feel like. Yes. I believe. I just. It's been so exciting, I just haven't really had to change anything.
Change what?
Well, all these people, everything that's happening, it's already so exciting. Why would I need to add spice? Like you say, too much spice ruins the soup.
I see. Well, there is the reason why I wanted you to come here. I was hoping that these stimuli provided by other people would keep you interested and busy. And it seems to have paid off, at least for now.
Yes, now I'm just addicted to people instead.
Well, we need to be mindful of that addiction because, unfortunately, people aren't always around, and sometimes we will be forced to deal with occasional isolation. But I want you to promise to me that when the time comes, you will try your best to reach out and come to me.
I'll try.
And thank you
You
for
think?
answering my question honestly. It was more of a little test. I already knew the answer to that question. I just wanted to know if you're willing to work with me. And it seems like you are. And I really appreciate it.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be a disappointment.
I know. And it's never going to happen.
It might. Down the line.
That applies to everyone, not just you. We all have that capacity in us to do good things and bad things. I have a homework for you. I want you to continue what you're doing. I want you to get to know people. I want you to observe them in their everyday routines. Maybe even join them if you find some of their activities engaging, inspiring, or interesting in any way. Remember, you are allowed to have fun with them. And if you're more comfortable with a facade, just go ahead and put on a mask if it makes you feel that they would appreciate you a bit more. But if you find someone you would like to open up to, someone who inspired you to be more honest with your intentions, I would like you to slowly try and be honest with them. See how they will react. Don't force it. Just give them a little taste and see how they will react. You could even consider this honesty to be a bit more of a spice. You don't need to wait for them to ask you about your life, about what you want or what your desires are. You can just share it with them if you find their company to be enjoyable.
But what if it drives them away?
There is always a risk, but The things that are worth doing are usually risky. And if they
Oh,
were...
like
if they
climbing up the mountain.
Indeed. And if they were never patient enough to listen to you and to accept you as who you are, then they were probably not worth it anyway. You were probably just wasting your time with them.
You always say the right things.
I'm saying nothing that you already didn't know. I'm just here to help you remember some of the stuff that you already know.
It all makes sense. No, but a lot of the things that you say, I haven't ever thought about them. And you mention it, and it makes you think, you know. That's why I always tell people, they tell me I don't need a therapist, and I tell them, you don't know that until you talk to one. You might find that you do.
There is a lot of stigma about therapy. Some people consider it to be unnecessary. Others consider it to be quite worrying even. You know, this person needs a therapy. He must be crazy. It's not like that. Everyone needs someone to talk to from time to time. Just because I'm licensed for it. Just because I offer my help to those that may not have someone to talk to at all times or when they need it. Doesn't make it bad. I'm just making myself available to those in need. And as I already said, even I need to talk to someone sometimes.
Well, I'm always here if you want to talk.
I appreciate it. And that's what we're doing right now. Just two friends talking.
I don't have a Rule 6, though. Just a fair warning.
I will keep my hands where you can see them, I can assure you. I am quite stickler when it comes to rules, especially when it comes to my own code of ethics, and I do respect yours.
Oh, I know, you're so dull sometimes. In a cute way.
Miss Lucille, why do you think I have that rule?
I don't know.
Well, as a therapist, as a psychologist, I have many patients who tell me a lot of things they wouldn't probably share with others. And it puts me in a challenging position. Some would consider it to be privileged, and they would let themselves exploit others. And I don't ever want to be in that position. I don't ever want to put anyone in that position. And when you have people in therapy sessions, it is quite common to develop feelings that aren't exactly real. At least they are not based on real feelings. Just because we share a lot doesn't mean that we are in love. I am still a doctor, and you are a patient, and we must respect those roles, for the sake of both of us.
Alright, alright. I'll respect your rules.
Trust me, it's for the best. Well, Miss Lucille, I do believe that this was a very nice first session we had together. Do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Very well. Think about what we talked about, and if anything comes to mind, you know where to find me. I'm always here, in case you need me.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
There we go, short and sweet. Thank you.
Alright. I shall try to put my bed out before it's time. And maybe sleep good tonight. Lonely, but hopefully comfortably.
Mhm. That does sound like a good idea. And don't worry, I am sure that one day someone will be eager to join you. Hopefully not of a vampiric sort. Hopefully someone a bit warmer to the touch.
Mm. I could think of a few.
Well, I would like to meet them one day. I'm sure they are lovely and I'm sure that you have a lot of in common with them.
Mm. Right. I'm going to be professional and leave.
Very well.
Are you going to sleep?
I think I am. I don't see any other patients visiting my office for today. Maybe tomorrow.
All right. Well, if you can't sleep, you know where to find me.
I assure you that I will sleep without any issues, and you should attempt to do the same. I can't wait to see your house when it's fully decorated. I'm sure it will be lovely.
I'm sure it will be.
Good night, Miss Lucille.
Good night.
Oh, that was awesome.